Welcome, Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Rising. I'm Key, and we're in Akashic Records Library. So, a phrase, a message came into the air. uh, Ducks glide, they don't fly. Ducks glide, they do not fly. Ducks glide, they not fly. Ducks glide, they do fly. I don't know if that holds a significance to you. Uh, wow, the game Duck Duck Goose. Um, even the book. Wow, God, ancestor. Ugly Duckling. All these things, these phrases or games, growing up, gave us a reason to connect with others. We had a reason to come together. And yet, the mystery was how things turn out. Sometimes even when we prepare, things are sometimes what? Up in the air. Okay, what better energy and star as yourself, Gemini, that exude that metaphor in many ways for us. You help us to understand this the joy of air. So let's see what books wanted to come out. Wow. Well. We see now why that is, Gemini. Um, Feminine, masculine, feminine, all that are watching. Forgiveness. Having that first, congratulations. It sounds funny. Like, why would you congratulate for forgiveness? Key. Forgiveness is very hard to do. It sounds so simple, right? When we speak it, and it comes out in the air, it looks like, oh, it's light as a feather. It should be so simple to do. Yet, the heaviness of it too would mean that looking at the foresight, the fortitude, the preface of something is like, again, that phrase, how do you know how to forgive until you forgive yourself? Sometimes it takes another person that is different yet the same to help us to see that. It's like what was felt in the library with Taurus, the prejudging and judging. We innately prejudge or judge something based on sometimes the distance, or it could be many of things. What makes it unique is that all people in some way do that. What was shared was a survival mechanism, like migration or habitats. These are words that we learn along the way, but it holds a significance. But no matter what, Gemini, you're seeing that now ducks glide, they don't fly. So yes, these are not ducks, but these are birds that are flying. Who says that we can't go the distance? Sometimes it takes air sign to remind us how far we can go or how far we have come. by the contact we meet in people, places, and other beings and things, like animals as well, even the clouds itself. Sometimes it took a lot of conflict, confusion, and even wanting clarity. Yet all those words meant that you had to, and another person as well, at the same time. Maybe you didn't see it, or maybe you did see it at a distance, or maybe they seen it in you at a distance, Gemini. Yet that growth, based on how you have forgiven. Forgiveness wouldn't be here if that meant that you didn't give in to understanding what does that in many ways means, not just for you, but for others. How many ways can we forgive? Sometimes we feel it could be one way, and sometimes we're realizing it's more than one way to forgive. Sometimes you don't have to forgive someone face to face. Sometimes you could forgive somebody from a distance. And vice versa in the Aries reading as well, of being alone or feeling abandoned. Both are here, yet it's distance between these two birds. That forgiveness in it is very, it shows favor, even at times when we don't know why we favor things. Forgiving is to, in some way, show favor. Because if it was reverse, like a verse, right? Aries and Taurus, like you, Gemini, we had to learn through you. 1, 2, 3, that chords coming, C, E, G. It takes more than one thing for it to become in perfect harmony. So yes, it was another person, place, or thing that you had to forgive, or they had to forgive you, whatever it was, or is, or has been, or been. You're seeing, or it can be felt like it took more than two. It took more than this you and another. It also took the experience itself, that scene, like a stage. Yes, you have the actors, right? We know. We have an audience, yes, we know. Yet, what's on the stage, the scenery, what's presented there, also plays that part in forgiving. Wow. I think everybody can relate to that. So, that was interesting. Ooh. Now it is shown to us that fire coming in as the Knight of Fire, passionate, adventurous, self-assured, restless. You have understood that from forgiveness, that meant that you are seeing what it means to have that loyalty, that love and honor. What is that? What did that mean? Yes, this person is a knight based on the armor we see, based on another being that is like this horse, to show us to what position or what level you are and exude. And that meant that another person in your world had to show the knight in them what meant loyalty to them, what meant love to them, what meant that fire, that passion, that adventure, self-assured, and restlessness. However it comes out. Gemini, you have the shield of the lion, of courage, right here with you, around you. You have that opportunity and seeing for the first time or revisiting again and so forth. Wow. Why? I wonder why that come out. Okay. Yeah. Wow. Like okay, so why did they think of a ceremony? Ceremony. You are showing faith, favor. People are going to give you faith and favor to move forward. Ah, okay. So people are going to be coming to you, Gemini, and giving you fortitude and favor and faith and whatever you are sticking to and loving and being loyal to. And that meant being loyal to you, seeing that you're connected to God, your ancestors, everything that has breath, known and unknown, that they're there to carry you through. And people are going to come to you telling you phrases that only you would know, Gemini. It's giving you that go, that engine. It's like you're that engine, but they're gearing you up to move forward. They're gearing you up. Okay, that gliding. All right. You're going to be gliding and moving forward. Wow. A sudden event that needs immediate attention. Time is of the essence. Think things through carefully. Before you move forward, though, I think that's why that cue or those phrases is going to give you that chariot to move forward. Remember in how far you have come to get here. You can see it in this person's eyes, in this knight's eyes. It was a weary road, but every walk was worth it. On this plain, this plateau. Wow. You will have the Ace of Wands, the opportunity to see that not only you, but in another and others, that they will be giving you the opportunity that you truly favor and that they favor as well. Even though the distance is something that brings you and what you truly want to move forward in together. It took you to forgive something to make room for when someone, place, or thing comes your way. This is God, your ancestors, your guardians, are above, so below, meaning you're going to get that reassurance, that that blueprint on what to do. You may not know why, but you'll know why. Okay? And when doing so, then it will translate in people, places, and things that resemble that same thing. So that would explain why I think things through carefully. Whatever that means for you, you will get things around you that will help you to move forward. But I think it requires that perfect timing, like an eagle, a hawk, another two types of birds that can fly or even glide. Flying is not just when they say ducks cannot fly. Doesn't mean that what in ways like Icarus, or how we evolve even flying, like an airplane, like a car, like your 2 feet. And it's like those things will start to show you that you have the tools in your hand to move forward. It's been outside of you and you had to face those things, but it's showing you that it's always been in the palm of your hand. It's always been with you. Everything that goes on starts with you first. You are that conductor. You are that creator. Wow. Vows. Oh, that ceremony. I was like, where is that? And so forth. I was getting like the vows, like I don't want to say it like that, but the common or basic vowels. I don't know if that's what is supposed to be like a sacred vowel, like a sacred vowel, like through sickness and health. Like this is like something that you are going to start vowing, making vows to yourself around you, people around you maybe that you do not know are praying for you. Wow. And pray. Wow, two ways to look at that. Maybe at some point, pray, PREY, was what was experienced. And you had to go through that. And people around you that you had to face, that meant that not just you, but other people that you were in contact with, face to face or even in far distance, that are connected to you, were facing the same thing. They just couldn't tell you or show you whatever and why. It all had its purpose. You'll understand why. Yet, wow. Seeing that going through pray, being a pray, PREY, like food. We all eat, but we don't sometimes. Oh wow, the movie Avatar, the scene of when it's time to get prey, PREY, meat, valuing the essence of that before eating it, that entity, that energy that was once alive, that once had air, that does not have air. Seeing how all we, even as a human being, we have that same experience. We may not have been food, literally, but we have felt like a prey, PREY. That is that common connection. Even though two different, one is an animal, one is a human, even though we find out sometimes in books or in history how human beings are also looked at as a mammal, right? Animals. That phrase, we are also animals. Yet seeing that similarity and yet difference. That once you are prey, PREY, now you're going to get, or you're going to be shown prey, PRAY. Not just in you, but people around you are going to pray, PRAY, for you. So if you ever felt being preyed on, PREYED, now people are going to pray, PRAY, for you and around you, even if you don't know them or not. In some way you will find out. Okay? You have come through stormy waters before. Now you're going to be protected in what you're going to be going forward in. All those things that you had to go through, that hardship in this knight's eyes, came with like, not a sigh of relief, but like, if I had to go through that, then it has to be something better. That phrase too will be shown to you and people around you. That Ace of Wands. An ace could be a 1, or an ace can be 11. Or, why do I get this feeling 10 too? That Wheel of Fortune, that completion. Okay. Wow, ego. Okay. So, yes, these changes. You have Archangel, look at that, Archangel Jophiel or jovial around you and within you. You had to face, not just in yourself, but forgive the ego in yourself by forgiving the egos in others. How do we know we even have an ego and what kind of ego we have? It's based on the people that we're in contact with. When they show us their ego, we may be astonished, like, excuse me? It's like that feeling, but then we're like, wow, excuse me, wow. Like, wow, that's how an ego can look. But then how would we have known it if it wasn't shown to us? Gemini, you're seeing that you had to face ego in others and see that their ego, even though it was different, it was not so different from yours. That forgiveness in it. When that happens, look at that orb. Wow, around. We were feeling that earlier, what is around you. You had to wear that mask, that prey, because like any being, that survival mechanism, that would explain why Aries and Taurus were mentioned. Just like them, they in some way had to take off a layer of their skin, a part of their mask that they had to utilize to adapt in the world too. Because realizing that we all wear, that phrase, we all wear masks. It's not just in a masquerade. That event, that ceremony, gives us an opportunity to do that without realizing that we also wear masks even before and after Halloween. Wow, okay. I didn't see that coming. No matter what, you're going to get that abundance, that completion, public recognition, private recognition, as above, so below, and around. When that happens, you see that it was nothing wrong by wearing those masks. Because again, we all have that free will, and we wear masks at moments and many times in some way. But you're going to be aware of that and see how that can be a gear or a transformation, or can be utilized in some way to not only get what you have been fighting for or had faith in, right? Yet it's going to come way beyond just the material things. It's going to also show in many other ways. We know when we get awards, we think of money, which is true. But there's many ways that you're going to get awards too. That is going to be not just a metaphor for money, but it actually can translate into money. It's like a piece of paper. A piece of paper can be translated into anything. It's the value that we make of it. That what changes our perception of how far we can take things. So it's something about what you also done, written, or whatever the case may be, that now when you look back at your experience, you could say, wait a minute, if I had to really think about it, everything that you do is like a walking paycheck, or a walking degree, a walking certification, a walking license, a walking, whatever it would mean in translations, to show how professional, or how, in whatever way you want to be shown, would be in your favor. You wouldn't have to change anything. This actually remembering again how far you have come and where you're about to go. Is like figuring that out. And okay, that Ace of Wands is coming to me. That either what do we know that can look like a wand? A pen, a pencil, even in a sport, a hand. When we play like the Duck Duck Goose, we had to use our hand like a wand to do that. Even when knights get favored, they have it's something about being like christening, or like when it's this back and forth, when a knight is honored or elevated to the next level. So you are stepping into king, queen, emperor, empress. You are coming into your own. Wow. You had to let some things go to be able to bring things in that are waiting for you. If this reading, it says, a false sense of entrapment, being overly focused on material things, negative or fear-based thoughts. Fear. Thoughts are up in the air. So what that pray, P-R-E-Y, is now going to become a prayer, P-R-A-Y, that vow. A pray can be done in many ways. When we're naturally speaking, that's a way of praying. When we're thinking in our own thoughts, that's a way of praying. When people talk to us, that in itself isn't a way of praying. If we had to literally see what words we hear or what we say, in itself, that is a prayer, P-R-A-Y-E-R, or a pray, P-R-A-Y, yes. Sleeping, taking a nap, when you just, it's many ways to pray. Let's just say that. I think that's what it's summing up to. Okay. Last thing, I had to write this down. You know, when you around spirit, when you're around family, when you're around friends, when you're around people, places and things that you end up finding the essence of loving. You know how you want to say things and then you're like, wait, just in case I forget, let me write it down. Oh, okay, that would explain the Night of Fire. Okay. You know, so just in case they see you again or you see them again, it's like, oh, now I can say this part to you too. It's like something like that. Okay. Wishing well. I thought of, or it's been shown or been thinking about wishing well. When we think of a wishing well, what does that mean? Like for me, or what I've seen before is going to a thing that looks like a well, like a circle or a body of water, and you could put a penny in it and you can make a wish. That's one way of looking at a wishing well. Yet to wonder, up in the air, right? If you had to look at yourself right now, Gemini, and look at others in the same way, wishing someone well, you are a walking wishing well. You can make not only your dreams come true, but people can make their dreams come true and yours. It's something about being a walking wishing well. This the symbol. Sometimes it's not just the money. It can be also looked at as a symbol, like a prayer. Sometimes if you don't have money, your presence or your energy is like money. It is an energy, right? It is a piece of paper. You are the letter P as a person can translate that as a paycheck or a money to offer to wish someone well. Okay, that's interesting. That would explain how prayers could be looked at too. Okay. But yes, a walking wishing well. Wishing someone well. People wishing you well. So translating that fear, because we can't disregard it. We all, as people, even other energies and things, have fear too. They also can experience faith, F-A-I-T-H. If this reading resonates with you, press the like button, share, subscribe. If it didn't, press the dislike button. If you would like to get a personal reading, look in the description box below. We will see you on the other side.